Hello students. Today, we will delve into the significant acts passed during the British rule in India, which greatly influenced the country's present political structure and constitutional provisions. Specifically, we will focus on 7 important acts passed during the company rule in India from 1773 to 1858. Let's begin. The Act Regulating Act of 1773 was the first attempt to regularize company affairs in India. It laid the foundation of central administration in India. Under this act, the Governor of Bengal became the Governor General of Bengal, with Lord Warren Hastings serving as the first Governor General. Additionally, an executive council of 4 members was established to assist the Governor General. The act also made the governors of Madras and Bombay presidencies subordinate to the Governor General of Bengal. One of the key provisions of this act was the establishment of the Supreme Court of Calcutta, comprising 1 Chief Justice and 3 other judges. It also prohibited the company's servants from engaging in private trade and accepting bribes from locals. Moreover, it mandated the company of directors to report British government on revenue, civil, and military affairs in India. Following the Act Regulating Act, the Act of Settlement or Amending Act of 1781 was passed to amend the previous act. It safeguarded the Governor General and its council from the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, granting them immunity for their official actions. Matters related to the company's revenue were exempted from the Supreme Court's jurisdiction. The Act required the Supreme Court to administer the personal law of the defendant. Furthermore, it empowered the Governor General and its council to frame regulations regarding provincial courts and councils. In 1784, Pitt's India Act was enacted, establishing a system of double government. It provided for the Court of Directors to manage the company's commercial affairs, while a new body called the Board of Control managed its political affairs. The Board of Control was empowered to supervise and direct civil and military operations and revenues of India's British possessions. Notably, this act recognized Indian territory under the control of the company as India's British possessions. It marked a significant shift where the British government became the supreme controller of the company's affairs and administration in India. The Charter Act of 1793 continued the company's rule over British territories in India. It extended the company's trade monopoly in India for another 20 years. This act clarified that the acquisition of sovereignty by the Crown subjects is on behalf of the Crown and not in its own right, emphasizing that its political functions were on behalf of the British government. The Governor General was granted more powers, including the ability to override the Council's decisions under certain circumstances. The Governor General also gained authority over the governors of Madras and Bombay. Additionally, this act separated revenue administration and judiciary functions, resulting in the establishment of Maal Adalats, revenue courts. Moving on to the Charter Act of 1813, it abolished the company's trade monopoly in India, except for trade in tea and with China. Furthermore, Christian missionaries were allowed to come to India and begin their religious awakening. Local governments in India were authorized to levy taxes, providing them with more fiscal autonomy. The Charter Act of 1833 marked a significant change in governance. It designated the Governor General of Bengal as the Governor General of India, consolidating all civil and military powers under their authority. Lord William Bentinck became the first Governor General of India. The Act empowered the Governor General of India with exclusive legislative powers over British India. This Act also transformed the company into a purely administrative body, reducing its political influence. Lastly, the Charter Act of 1853 introduced further reforms. It separated the legislative and executive functions of the Governor General's Council. A separate Indian Legislative Council was established with 6 members, functioning as a mini-parliament. The Act also introduced an open competition system for Indian civil services, allowing Indians to participate. It provided for local representation in the Indian Central Legislative Council, with 4 members appointed by the local governments of Madras, Bombay, Bengal, and Agra. These 7 acts during the company rule in India played a pivotal role in shaping the political and constitutional landscape of the country. They established administrative structures, defined the powers of the Governor General, laid the groundwork for the British government's control, and introduced important reforms. Understanding these acts provides valuable insights into India's historical journey towards independence and its subsequent political development.